Now, what we used to call the long tail of distribution. This was a classical long tail of distribution. It was a classical model for film distribution in the traditional industry of filmmaking until more or less 10 years ago. This is what happened. We produced a film, closed it, put it on the market, and then it used to go first of all to the cinemas, which was a time in which it could not go anywhere else, because otherwise we would say the film got burned, if it was distributed in any other way. So to get people to go to cinemas, there was an exclusive window, we said, for the cinema release. And that could last from 3 to 6 months, after which, at my time they didn't even have VHS, but then the VHS came out and then the DVDs. So you have this time, which is following 6 months after the cinema release, when you would find it in the DVD rental shops. Then the sales, once the rentals was over, the sales would come and you could buy the DVD. And then it would go to the pay TVs. Now the pay TV window, that would be after all this period, which was about the following 6 months after the 3 to 6 months. So you've covered more or less 1 year. For the following year, it was on the pay TV windows. And then it would go to free TV. That means the national channels, whatever, the free to air. The free to air, the licenses used to go from 2 to 5 to 7 years, to give them time to repeat the broadcasting. And after this, it would go broadcast to smaller channels. And this is where the revenues came from. So the model was, it counted with the financing of a film up to this time, and we're talking about year 2000, it would count with the public financing, we said, for the film, because we said the cultural industry is heavily subsidized. So public financing, I mean government subsidies, whatever we talked about before. Plus the TVs. TV would pay quite a lot of money, either in the form of pre-sales, so getting into the financing plan of the film. The TVs would put money up front, upon reading the script. You would give them the script, they would say they were interested, they would give you some money as a pre-sale, and you would put that in the financing plan, so that covered the cost of the film. And the distributor, this still happens. This happens less, and this does practically not happen anymore. The pre-sales are still possible, but the distributors are giving less and less minimum guarantees because they have less and less guarantees that the film will be well distributed and will make its money here. So in the financing plan of a film, we used to put, these three were very important. The distributor is what we talked about on Monday, the domestic distributor, domestic or national distributor. We also had contributions from international sales agents. So you could have a minimum guarantee from an international sales agent if your film was particularly strong, if you thought, if the sales agent saw that there was a potential for important sales in the international market. So this was a traditional financing model for films that had this tail of distribution. This was valid until more or less 10 years ago. And what happened? The P&A exhibition costs have become much higher now, print and advertisement, the marketing costs to support a film, to take it out to distribution, have become much higher. The number of screens is incredibly going down. There's still an interest in film. I think they're shutting down because people go less to the cinema, because they watch more at home. So the famous cocooning, it's becoming more and more a personal business of people seeing films in their own home through their TV sets with rentals, downloads, streaming, and this is the tendency in the future. So this is not working anymore. To come back to our subsidized industry, what has happened is that the Now, producers and the filmmaking community, we need different money to fill this gap. And so countries are coming up with different possibilities and different solutions. So it's a combination. It's becoming more and more complicated, and it's a mosaic of little things that you have to put together to be able to finance your film, more than having 1, 2, 3 sources and that's it. No?